Hi everybody, Henry here with Arizona Roofer, answering a question for AskARoofer. They get sent every so often. Myself and several other people offer answers to various questions people have, and this one is a particularly good one, and I learned a bunch, so pay attention. Here's the question, and it comes from Matt in New Jersey. Thank you, Matt, for this. You really made my brain work. I learned so much from your question. Here's the question. I'm going to get to it. I'm looking at a likely roof replacement due to water damage in the home. My question is whether there is a possibility of a prorated warranty coverage. The shingles were installed by the previous owner. And I don't have any documentation regarding the installation. That's not good. I estimate the roof is 20 to 25 years old. I've been in the home for 14 years and have had persistent issues with the roof. One package of shingles was left in the house, and they are key. They are bird roofscape plus shingles, he says. Packaging indicates that they have a 40-year warranty, and there's a May of 1998 stamp date. I tell you, I'm new at this. Printed on the inside flap of the packaging. I'm not sure if that date is a shipped code. I think maybe he meant shipped code or something. I don't know what it means, but or it has some other meaning. Yeah, I don't know either. But I do know something about the dam. I'll tell you in a minute. But at the most, I'm thinking the roof is under 26 years old, so well within the warranty period. I read an article on your site that Bird was purchasing CertainTeed, or at least their IP address. Is there any chance of being able to get some sort of prorated warranty reimbursement, or am I out of luck with Bird being out of business? Is there any input you can offer? Well, I have some input, and I don't have a solid answer, but I did reach out to CertainTeed to find out a little bit more about any possible warranty coverage, and if I get information back, I will share it with you. Typically, your materials warranty is going to be a defect warranty. It's going to be a defect warranty in the materials themselves. So something went wrong in the manufacturing process. As a result, the materials are defective. And that warranty coverage is typically prorated throughout the years, as you mentioned in your letter. And if you did get some warranty coverage, there's a good chance that you would just get shingles put in your driveway. But let me say this. You have a really, really neat product, and I would keep that bundle of shingles, and here's why. So that company was started by a man by the name of George Bird in 1803, and they started out making paper. And then for a while, they actually made paper for the United States government to print money on. And they had high-end writing paper. They were top-notch, and they did business for years and years doing papers and buying up paper mills and things like that. And then George had a son named Francis, and then they became business partners, and then Francis had a son, and he named him Charles Jr., and they became business partners, and it just kept going on like that. Well, the Charles Jr., he was a smart guy, and he started looking at doing roofing products, and he created a whole bunch of different types of roofing materials that were highly recommended, and they were specified by all the architects. They were considered high-end products, so not junk at all. They had waterproofing paper. They had a product called Red Roof. It's Red Roof roofing products. And anyways, they are pioneers in what we now call asphalt or saturated asphalt paper. Basically, our underlayments and house wraps and things like that. They really got started with it. So your bundle, it says, you say it was dated in May of 1998. Now, according to the website here called the National Roofing Museum.org, yeah, they're in the National Roofing Museum.org. That company, I mean, they did well for years, but in the 90s, they started struggling, and they weren't doing too well. They were trying to, do whatever they could, but, companies, they fail. It happens. They grow, they get big, and they fall. It's just part of life. And so they went to go and do this deal with CertainTeed. That was in the early 90s. Let me get down to this part right here. So, yeah, so in the early 90s, they tried to do a deal, but the Department of Justice stepped in and said that's close to a monopoly, because there would only be basically 3 companies that run the whole show. Could present a lot of problems for competition, right? So 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 then Certainty backed out of the deal, and then oh no, everything is all for lost, but somehow or another that company managed to get through all that, and then that next year they made money, and then the year after that, which would be 1998. Let me check my notes here, make sure I got that right, but it's 1998. Yeah, 1998. Certainty came back to the table and acquired them. First, they were going to merge together. This time, they acquired them for $40 million. So not bad for a company that started out very great. Struggled for a while after a couple hundred years of being in business, and then was able to get a $40 million payout for the company. So a pretty neat story. This company changed the way that we do roofing and waterproofing. They had a huge impact in our industry. To me, it's like Jimi Hendrix changed the guitar playing for everybody. If you like Jimi Hendrix, I do, of course. So to answer your question, keep that bundle of shingles. It belongs to a company that is in the National Roofing Museum. I would reach out to Certainty and ask them. But honestly, just from my experience out there in the industry, probably not going to get anything or much of anything without having any documentation or anything like that. But you never know. So do reach out to Certainty. I also reached out to them, and I'll wait for the rep to get back to me. And if they do, I'll let you know. Thank you, Henry, the Arizona Roofer.